एवरीवन, वेलकम बैक टू अनदर वीडियो। और आज हम लोग देखने जा रहे हैं कि इंडिया में सिटीजनशिप अगर मिलती है तो वो कैसे मिलती है, क्या वो प्रोसेस है। वैसे तो बहुत सारी कंट्रीज़ में जो सिटीजनशिप मिलती है डिफरेंट प्रोसेस रहता है उसका। सो जो टाइटल है वीडियो का वो है
इफ इंडिया हैड अ सिटीजनशिप टेस्ट वुड यू पास इट, भारत बायोस्कोप विद पलकी शर्मा।
तो जानने की कोशिश करते हैं इस वीडियो में, लेकिन उससे पहले इस वीडियो का और इस चैनल का जो लिंक है वो आपको हमारी वीडियो की डिस्क्रिप्शन में मिल जाएगा, और साथ में हमारे ब्लॉगिंग चैनल का लिंक भी वीडियो की डिस्क्रिप्शन में मिल जाएगा।
Independence Day is just round the corner, and today we have a fun challenge for you. How well do you know India? It may sound like an unusual question, but did you know that many countries ask something very similar? They have citizenship tests. If you want to become a citizen, you have to prove that you know the country, its history, its constitution, its national symbols. So we decided to borrow the idea. If we were to take a citizenship test, do you think we'd pass? Most of us would probably say yes. After all, we've all grown up here. We've studied Indian history in school. We've sung the national anthem countless times. We know India, or at least we think we do. So let's put that confidence to the test. And I'll start with the easy ones. What is India's national language? If the first answer that popped into your head was Hindi, you're wrong. Here's another one. What is India's national sport? If you thought hockey, I'm afraid you're wrong again. And now if you're already two questions down, this video is a must watch for you, because by the end of it, you'll know the answers every Indian ought to know. Let's start with India's biggest misconception, the national language. Ask 10 Indians, most will confidently tell you it's Hindi. Except India has no national language. Yay. Hindi is one of 22 scheduled languages recognized by the Constitution. English is also used extensively for official purposes, but neither is India's national language. The Constitution does not declare any language as India's national language. Yet it triggers confusion all the time, so much so that governments have had to repeatedly clarify. 2. National sport. Again, India has no national sport. No. It is not cricket, it is not hockey, it is not even kabaddi or kho-kho. You see, India has never officially declared a national sport. It's something that the Sports Ministry has confirmed multiple times. Yes, there was a push to make hockey the national sport. A petition was filed asking the Supreme Court to declare hockey as the national sport, but that went nowhere. So India has no national sport, unless you can count arguing about the country's best cricketer. 3. India's national animal. We do have one. It's the Bengal tiger. Interestingly, it wasn't India's first national animal. That was the Asiatic lion. At the time of independence, there was a campaign led by the Gujarat Natural History Society. They pushed for the lion to be named the national animal. Then Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru gave in, and the lion became our national animal. But in 1972, the government changed it. Why? Because lions lived almost entirely in Gujarat's Gir forest. Tigers, on the other hand, lived across India. So it was the obvious choice. Next on our list is religion. India is the birthplace of 4 major religions: Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism. Yet the Republic of India has no official religion. The Constitution declares India as a secular state. You must have read the preamble. It has the word secular in it. But here's the thing. The word secular was added to the preamble in 1976. So quite some time after independence. But there was a famous case from 1994, the S.R. Bommai versus the Union of India case. It established one very important thing. India has been secular since the formation of the Republic. So language, sport, animal, religion, done. Here's another question. How many countries does India border? Who are India's neighbors? The common answers would be Pakistan, China, Nepal, Bangladesh, maybe even Bhutan. But India actually shares borders with 9 countries, 7 by land and 2 by sea. That's Sri Lanka and the Maldives. Another question. Which is India's largest international border? It is this one.
Bangladesh.
With Bangladesh. It is 4,096 kilometers long. It covers 5 Indian states: West Bengal, Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura and Mizoram. In fact, it is the 6th longest land border in the world, the India-Bangladesh border. But how can we talk about India's borders without mentioning this one, the India-Pakistan border? India became independent on 15th August 1947, yet this border was not official until August 17th. And once it was, we all know what happened. It triggered one of history's largest mass migrations. Over 15 million people were displaced, between 500,000 and 1 million people were killed. Some estimates say 2 million people died during the partition of India, 2 million people. So this is a border stained in blood. And the man behind it had never set foot in India a month before drawing it. This man, Cyril Radcliffe, he was a British lawyer. He arrived in India with zero prior knowledge of the subcontinent's geography, demographics, or politics. Yet he was given a deadline, 5 weeks to divide India and Pakistan. So you can imagine what he did and how. A lot of it was just guesswork, random and arbitrary. Take Lahore, for example. Radcliffe was about to include Lahore in India. That's because the city had mostly Hindus and Sikhs. So demographically, it made sense to club it with India. But in the end, he gave it to Pakistan. Do you know why? Because Pakistan had no other major city to work with. Imagine that, the logic or the lack of it that decided the future of millions of people. But then again, what else would you expect from British colonizers? Radcliffe had 5 weeks. We've had a lifetime to learn about our country. So here's the next question. How many states does India have? No, the answer is not 29. India has 28 states and 8 union territories. And one of our states is younger than Instagram. Instagram launched in 2010. Telangana became a state in 2014. Next question. Which state has India's longest coastline? Most people would say Tamil Nadu or Maharashtra. I'm afraid they're wrong. The right answer is Gujarat. It accounts for nearly 24% of India's total coastline.
Nice.
Now let's look at some national symbols like the Ashok Stamp. You see it every day on every banknote. How many lines does it have?
No,
the common answer is 3. The correct answer is 4. 4 lines facing 4 different directions.
But
you see only 3 and that's by design. The 4th one is not missing. It is hidden behind the others. These lines symbolize power, courage, pride and confidence. Which brings us to the national anthem. The anthem you know and sing, Jana Gana Mana, is only 20% of the original song. It was a Bengali verse written by Rabindranath Tagore. What we know is just the first stanza. The complete poem has 5 stanzas. Most Indians have never heard the remaining 4. And here's another surprise. For a long time, Vande Mataram was a stronger contender to become India's national anthem. But in the end, it was Jana Gana Mana that was chosen. Now here's a question no citizenship test will ever ask. Maybe it should, because almost everyone gets it wrong. Is chai really Indian? It feels as Indian as the monsoon. Some of us treat it as a constitutional right, but drinking tea every day was not always an Indian habit. It was a British habit. In the early 20th century, they actively promoted it. They wanted more and more Indians to drink tea, and that's because they wanted a bigger market for the tea they grew on Indian plantations. Here's another staple with an interesting backstory. Rajma, aka kidney beans. Rajma chawal, kidney beans and rice, is a quintessentially North Indian favorite. Except kidney beans are not native to India. They came all the way from the Americas thanks to Portuguese traders who landed on our shores many centuries ago. Same with the humble potato. The only thing more versatile than an Indian politician. It goes with everything, but it was not part of our ancient cuisine. In fact, before the 16th century, India had not seen potatoes. The Portuguese brought them. They also brought chilies and tomatoes. And with that, our test comes to an end. So how did you do? If you got every answer right, well, congratulations. If not, welcome to the club. Because chances are, a lot of us learned something new today. And I guess that's the beauty of this country. No matter how much you think you know, India always has another story waiting to surprise you.
अच्छा एपिसोड था। अच्छा वैसे मजे की बात बताऊं, मैंने भी रिसेंटली पढ़ा कि जो साबूदाना है,
हाँ
पता है ना,
हाँ
वो भी इंडिया का नहीं है। पता है कौन सी कंट्री से है?
कहाँ से आया है?
कोई गेस तो करो।
यूरोप से आया होगा।
गेस
कर तो रहा हूँ।
नाम बताओ किसी कंट्री का ना।
डच।
अमेरिका से। ओह नहीं पता था ना, मैं भी बहुत हैरान हुई थी। लेकिन आज का वैसे वीडियो काफ़ी इंटरेस्टिंग था और काफ़ी सारी चीज़ें ऐसी थी जो हमारे लिए नई थी, मेरे लिए तो काफ़ी नई थी, स्पेशली आलू को लेकर। बेचारी आलू तो ऐसी सब्जी है ना जिसके साथ शामिल करो उसके साथ ही खुश हो जाता है।
नहीं, भिंडी के साथ तो नहीं खुश होता।
लोग खाते हैं आलू भिंडी
है, कौन
हाँ
खाता
जी है आलू भिंडी की भी सब्जी।
अच्छा,
जी, तुम नहीं खाते, तुम्हें नहीं पता ना, लोग खाते हैं।
अच्छा वैसे जो है भाई, मुझे ये चीज़ मालूम थी कि भाई कुछ कंट्रीज में जो है ना लैंग्वेज टेस्ट होता है, वो अपनी प्रेफर करते हैं कि जुबान भाषा जो है वो आनी चाहिए, लेकिन
नॉलेज का मुझे भी नहीं पता था।
हाँ, इस चीज़ का मुझे आइडिया नहीं है कि वहाँ पे जनरल नॉलेज का टेस्ट भी जो है वो लिया जाता है, लेकिन मेरे ख्याल थोड़ा बहुत आइडिया है। बिल्कुल, आप जिस कंट्री की नेशनलिटी ले रहे हैं उसका थोड़ा बहुत आइडिया तो होना चाहिए।
लेकिन उन्होंने टाइटल में ये भी तो है ना, इफ इंडिया हैड अ सिटीजनशिप टेस्ट, ठीक है ना, तो क्या आप पास कर सकते हैं कि
इसमें तो मुझे लगता है फिर अपने सिटीजन बहुत सारे फेल हो जाएंगे।
उन्होंने तो ये बात बोली है कि बहुत सारे लोगों को लग रहा होगा कि उनको पता है लेकिन नहीं पता होगा।
क्योंकि यहाँ पे भी अगर बात करें तो बहुत सारे लोगों को जो बेसिक जनरल नॉलेज के कंट्री के बारे में सवाल होते हैं नहीं मालूम होते। हाँ, हकीकत है।
आ रही है अपने बारे में, आ रही है, हमारे जैसे लोगों को भी इतना नहीं पता होता।
हाँ, बिल्कुल नहीं पता होता।
देखकर आइडिया हो जाता, बट अच्छी थी, मजा आया देखकर। और आप लोग कमेंट सेक्शन में बताइएगा कि आपको कैसा लगा।
बाकी पेपर लीक हो चुका हुआ है।
कौन सा?
जनरल नॉलेज टेस्ट का, सिटीजनशिप के लिए।
अच्छा।
तैयारी कर ले।
हाँ, करनी है तैयारी। कमेंट सेक्शन में आप जरूर अपनी ओपिनियन दीजिएगा और मैंने नेक्स्ट टाइम सब्सक्राइब करना।
गुड बाय।